YouTube, what's going on, man? It's your boy JDTV in the building, man. It's gonna be a phenomenal episode. We're gonna be rocking out with my boy Fly Ty in the building. What up, Fly Ty? How you doing today?
Good.
Man, thank you for coming on YouTube, man. Rocking out with me today, man. So you actually subscribe, you know what I'm saying? You've been subscribing. How long you been subscribing now?
About 1 or 2 years.
Okay, 1 or 2 years. What do you like about the channel so far?
I like how you put your designs and how nice and clean you make it.
Okay, that's pretty dope, man. So if y'all don't know, you know what I'm saying, Fly Ty is my stepson, you know what I'm saying, loving to death like my own son. Yeah. Shout out to moms, man. Shout out to moms, you know what I'm saying, holding it down every single day, you know what I mean? Raising great young men like you see today, you know what I'm saying, inspiring, staying motivated, and still constantly wanting more every single day. Shout out K-Tar. Okay, moving on. Matter of fact, who is your barber?
JDKutz.
JDKutz. Who is that?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you like best about me as being your barber?
You, as my barber, I like how you're nice to me, Mommy. I like how you changed our life and you restarted and you're there for us. Instead of just being a barber, you're like a dad.
Right. And that's important. I mean, you know, sometimes we have to always just make sure that we be there for each other, you know, to be you know how stronger that we are when we're together. That's how I look at everything. It's just like a football team, you know what I'm saying? If you got strong people on every single player is strong and worked out and dedicated to itself, you're gonna have a strong season. You're gonna have it's gonna be hard to beat you guys. So that's why I look at me as being a barber and your stepdad, you know what I'm saying? It's important to me to keep that bond and keep that love to just show, because it's the amount of love that I put into my haircuts, it gets me where I am today, you know? It doesn't always have to be the greatest fade or the greatest shape up. You know, people, that's what you want to aim for. You know, you always want to shoot for the stars. But I love the relationship that, you know, as you can see, you came into my life, your mom came into my life, and we have built a unit, you know. So now it's us together, you know, to really grow and make, you know, produce for the world. So that's what's beautiful about barbering, you know, every single day you're gonna have people come into your life and you're not gonna know how they impact your life. Being a barber and being able to have a position to give back is something that's phenomenal, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of barbers that I've known in the industry, they don't like taking kids' haircuts, you know what I'm saying? Something that I've strived on, you know, is pretty much producing through cutting children's hair. And through this video, I'll show you different techniques that you can pretty much just take in and absorb. So maybe some barbers aren't comfortable. Maybe some barbers don't know how to be comfortable and approach kids. Because sometimes, you know, working with kids can be a hassle sometimes. The Bevel Pros has been released. And I'm going to be using the Bevel Pros for this haircut, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Great investment, you know what I'm saying? It's been the motor, the power, and just the way that you can literally elevate through guard by guard just by a single tap, you know what I'm saying? It just took the game to a whole nother level. Shout out Marcus Harvey, bringing it to the game. Devil coming through, blessing us, you know what I'm saying? Yo, so first off, he already yawning, he already got the blinking eyes. So he already acting like he's tired. So listen, y'all. We talked about this, right? Okay, we back. So listen, man. I'm tucking and I'm securing, making sure that my neck strip is folded over. This is very also important to being in the barber industry right now, because it's kids always tug and pull at this area concerning that hair gets all tucked into the nape area, and you just don't want a kid just getting discomfort. So you just want to keep them nice and pleased and just keep make it easier for yourself. Work smarter, not harder, okay? So I'm tucking over my cape, making sure I get nice polish. Just combing through every single hair, making sure that you have every single hair in place. My client today, Mr. Tyreek, has a nice wavy texture. As you can see, I want to make sure that every single wave is in place prior to me bringing any form of electrical device or anything, because I just don't want any discomfort. I don't want the clipper to be able to just get caught up. You know, I want nice smooth strokes as I'm going through. Just, you know, a nice easy process. You know, you make this easy for yourself. You don't have to worry about, you know, kids kicking and screaming and crying. And that's probably just why that barber today, you know, just struggled the most with dealing with kids crying. But today I give Tyreek a drop shadow fade, you know, nice and crisp, you know, keeping the game. I give him design from time to time, depending on what we got going on. But, you know, today we just want to, you know, I got to get back to kicking his butt in 2K. So, you know, we're going to keep it nice and cordial. You know, I do a 1.5 on top. And let's get into it. I'm going to break it down little by little, you know, and even just little tips and trades to the game, you know, that should be useful. That'll help you with kids and really, hey, maybe we just come up with a system that'll work for all of us. Okay, so as you can see, I have my guard at a 2.5. I want to bring that down to 0.5 guard. So I'm going to bring that down 7 inches at a 0.5 guard. Okay, so I got my number 1 guard. Dope number 1 guards, man. These dumb super magnetic, you know, strong firm hold to get a nice grip on this titanium head, and it's just magic. So let's get into it. So I'm applying my number 1. Okay, so I got my 0.5 locked in. I got my number 1 guard on. I'm gonna go ahead and start taking out this weight. I'm gonna comb through as I take out the weight just to make sure that I'm getting a nice even number 1.5. But just listen how those things just rip through that hair. Nice clean flush. And also when you're dealing with kids, you want to make sure, normally the machine makes the noise that puts them at fear, so work with them as you're legitimately going. So as you process and you know you're about to turn your machine on, say to yourself, hey, how would I feel if I was turning on this device? It's something that maybe kids freak out when it's next to their head. You know, turn it on behind your back. You know, so it, you know, just takes a little bit away from, you know, having it being able to turn next, just being turned on next to their head. You know, you want to just think, you don't want this child to be, you know, afraid of you. You really just want to be someone that this kid trusts, because they're going to want to keep coming back, and they want to keep, you know, when you deliver this dope haircut, they're going to want to keep being your client forever, honestly. You know, I still have clients that, you know, come to me that I've been cutting, you know, since then. And I'm watching them grow. I'm growing legitimately with them. So, as I said, I'm combing and I'm making sure that I get a nice even texture. As you can see, my man Waves is already acting up. But I'm taking out this weight so I can make sure that I have nice fluent lines. So when I go start my fade process, I just don't want to have all this weight in my way. I want to work faster. I want to, you know, be able to just come in, you know, deliver this haircut in and out, you know, because, hey, listen, I want to be able to, by the time that the kids start getting uncomfortable, hey, listen, we're already getting done. We're at the finish line, bud. All you got to do is just rock out with me. Let me detail you up and you're all set. But kids can be a challenge, you know, just like, hey, I know some adults that act worse than kids sometimes. But at the end of the day, I would legitimately rather me, a parent, seeing me take the time to put into that child's head, you know, to really, you know, deliver that satisfaction that parent, you know, just been looking for. You know, sometimes their parents want to see their kids have that haircut, you know, like their father gets, you know, and sometimes they want to just see the young man come out of their child. So, you know, always keep that in mind when you're cutting kids, you know, like cut them as if it was your own child. But yeah, we're just taking down this weight, man, and I'm loving the way this motor is just giving me a nice fluent 1.5. It's It's not struggling, it's not choking, it's not, you know, giving me any kickback. It's just nice and fluent, nice and fluent. And that's what you look for in the clipper. Like, this is what I look for. I look for to see how strong the motor is going to be, how durable it's going to cut through the hair, and just how it's going to, what type of look it's going to give me as I'm actually just cutting through his hair. You know, nobody wants a clipper that's going to have, you know, just clients being discomforted, you know, from the clipper just choking. So shout out to Bevel, man. Yo, if you haven't already, man, follow me on Instagram, j.dubose_. Today, man, we got a lot of things that we got upcoming. Working on a bunch of things for the community. If you're down to work, you know what I mean, down to do some community projects, reach out to me today. Reach out, you know, definitely DM me, and let's get something today. Let's get something together as soon as possible. I feel like the world's waiting on us, you know? But yeah, I'm just getting my boy waves, getting him. And you know, like I said, like, you have the durability to really, you know, I'm breaking it down to a 0.4 now. So I want to get a little closer. I want to take down a little bit of this flying waves, and you can just hear the hair, you know, you can just hear the hair just hitting the blade. Shout out to Jimmy, man. I sat down with Jimmy, you know, the design guy with Bevel, man, and whew, man, that guy has a phenomenal brain, you know, just for the love that he brings, you know, to the Bevel industry. And you know, big ups to Marcus, you know what I'm saying, like, for legitimately, you know, being the brain and bringing something dope like this to the barber industry. My boy Kid Cutter just had an event with Bevel the other day. It was dope. Did a dope haircut. So right now, I just opened it all the way up to 2.5, and I want to start clearing up some of this bulk on the sides, just to start prepping for my fade. So just lightly, you know, using my corners, I just want to start lightening it up in here a little bit, you know, just to give me an easier transition when I come in, start inserting my lines, you know, it's less bulk, the better. And like I said, y'all, we're trying to work smarter, not harder. Work smarter, not harder. Nobody's in the game to be wanting to do a haircut, you know, an hour and a half, you know, every single time. If you're not cutting to improve, what are you in it for? You know, like, you want to be like those guys that's pushing out haircuts, you know, like, in and out. Before we proceed, so I'm gonna turn for my number 2 guard, and I'm gonna go all the way close because I want that true number 2. So I'm bringing that guard all the way down. Yep, 0. Okay. So now we're gonna corner cut. You want a corner cut. You want to be able to legitimately let that motor and let that guard. These guards are so sharp and they're so defined, to where they legitimately allow you to get into, and you'll hear the clipper, you'll hear it cutting. There's no denying about it. Like, you'll hear that motor hitting that hair. And you're going in every single time, and you're getting results. You hands down, that weight is gone easily. Taking your time, allowing the clipper to do the work, using your corners. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Position. Okay. As you can see, all of that weight is gone and transition out of there. And now it's just waiting for me to just start my fade process. So we want to go all the way around the crown. We want to look for dense areas. We want to make sure that we have a nice transition. You know, because like I said, the more that you allow that fade to have that drop effect, it's just going to look a lot more cleaner. You know, like, we're not in the barber game right now to be giving out partial half work. You know what I mean? We want your clients to come back, but you want them to come back at a manner that, you know, fits both of you guys. Like, you know, you want the hair to grow back properly. You know, like, I've pretty much been training Tariq's waves since I've been cutting. You know, without him even knowing, it's just like I've just been prepping, you know, just prepping his waves to just really come in and just give that dope, fluent, flesh look that we're looking for every single time. So it's been dope. It's been dope, really. Just, you know, we've been growing together. So I'm just taking out more of this weight, still with my number 2 guard, but I'm getting up into as you can see where his crown is. So this is where the crown, you know, you start seeing all of that, the swirls and the twirls, and you have to really pay attention to the manner that you cut the hair, because if you go into this hair the wrong way, you could leave. You don't want to leave any holes. You don't want to leave any indications of pretty much, you know, going a route that the clipper wasn't supposed to go. So make sure you take your time in here. It can be tricky sometimes. A lot of barbers, you know, like just freeze up when it comes down to really getting up in this area. But hey, listen, you're your own worst enemy. You know, we're gonna mess up sometimes, but just aim to always have the best intentions when you're cutting. Don't give somebody something that you wouldn't wear.